This is Kiran Kumar. We are going to present to you Lezend Classes, and I am going to take physical sciences. In this, one of the important topic for the 10th standard children, those who are going to appear for the 10th class board examinations, as well as those who are entered into 10th standard now, right now. It is very much useful, and out of 5 chapters in physics, you have 3 major chapters from light topic only given to you, and that is why I would like to take one of the topic in physics, light, for you. Okay, what is mean by light? And light is an invisible form of energy, and which makes the objects visible to you. And it is an invisible form of energy, but how it makes the objects visible? And whenever light falls on the object and it reflects the light, and that reflecting light whenever enter into your eyes and fall on the retina of your eye, and which causes sensation of vision, and like that it makes the objects visible. But light is not visible actually. So light is an invisible form of energy, and whenever this light falls on the retina of our eye, which causes sensation of vision. And a complete definition if you take for the light, light is an invisible form of radiant energy, and which travels in all directions from the source, and when it fall on the retina of our eye, which causes sensation of vision. And whenever it is traveling, it maintains a speed of 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, or we can also say 3 into 10 to the power of 5 kilometers per second, which is 3 lakh kilometers per second. So no object in the universe travel with the speed of light. This is the highest speed maintained by a light now. And in this light chapter, the main topics, in order to understand, we need to know some technical terms. Without those technical terms, we cannot understand the light chapter. So let us take the some of the common terms which we use in this light chapter first of all. And mainly we use the word source. Source means an object which gives the light energy is called as a source of light energy, and the sources of light energy are again broadly we can divide into 2 types now. Number 1, in the form of flow chart if you take, and the objects which gives light on their own, I mean themselves they can give. For example, sun, stars, tube light, bulb, such objects all they can give light on their own, of course, but the energy they utilize to give the light energy. And here it is such type of objects we used to say luminous objects, and which they do not give light on their own, and they reflect the light of other bodies. We call it as non-luminous bodies. This is one type of classification, and other type of classification for the sources is depending upon the size. And one is point source, and other is extended source. Point source of light. What is mean by point source? The size of the source which is equal to the tip of the pinhead. For example, if you take a pen, the tip of the pinhead is how much size is there. Such a size is considered as point sized sources, and other than point sized source, all are considered as extended sources, which means whatever we use here, the bulb, tube light, sun, stars, all these are considered as extended sources of light, and point source of light is generally we create in the laboratories, right. This is about the sources, and other important term which we use in the light chapter is medium. What is mean by medium? Medium is any material, anything you take, anything, a material or non-material substance which allow the light to pass through it is considered as medium, or we can also say this is as optical medium. Optical medium. And here anything material or non-material, material or non-material substance, anything you can take it as an optical medium. Example for this we can take it as air, water, vacuum, glass, diamond, you can take anything. So such type of material or non-material. Non-material means nothing. Nothing can be also taken as what now? Optical medium. So vacuum is nothing but nothing. So a material or non-material substance which allow the light to pass through it is considered as optical medium. And these optical mediums are again classified into two branches, and they are depending upon the composition and depending upon whether they allow the light or not, and they are again broadly depending upon here, depending upon the composition, they are classified into two types: homogeneous heterogeneous. Homogeneous means a medium which is consisting of its composition throughout its same, then such a medium is called homogeneous medium. For example, diamond, pure air, vacuum, this type of materials we can consider as homogeneous medium. Heterogeneous medium means if the composition of the medium throughout it is not same, then such a medium is considered as heterogeneous medium. Example, the smoke, drainage water, impure water, colored glasses or ground glass, you can take it as a heterogeneous medium. And next other type of classification of the medium is, you know already, transparent medium, translucent, opaque, which means this is depending upon the amount of light that medium allow to pass through it. Based on that, they are again classified into three types. Number one, transparent medium, translucent medium, and opaque medium. Transparent medium is nothing but a medium which allow the light completely to pass through it. Most of the light it can allow to pass through it is called as a transparent medium. Examples you can take it as vacuum, air, water, glass, etc. And translucent means which allow the light not completely, partially or some amount of light they can allow to pass through it. We call it as translucent medium. Example, oil paper, ground glass, colored glasses, etc. Opaque medium means which do not allow the light to pass through it, which do not. For example, human body, wall, stone, and paper, etc. We can take it as opaque. And the next other important terminology we use in this light chapter to enter into our actual topic ray of light. Ray of light. What is mean by ray of light? The light we get from the source. For example, sun, if you take from the sun, you will get the light. We used to draw the sun whenever if we ask like this. So which means from this source, sun, we get the light and which travels in all directions with a speed of 3 lakhs kilometers per second, and the path along which, in which path the light travels, that path of the light we show diametrically, and the diametrically we can represent that as ray of light. The path along which light travels is considered as ray of light, and that ray of light generally we represent with a straight line with an arrow. This arrow will show the direction in which the light ray is traveling. And these rays of light, again we have 3 types. Parallel beam of light. Here the beam is the word we use to represent collection of rays of light. A single ray of light we represent like this. If number of light rays are there, we used to say plural as beam of light. And a parallel beam of light, which shows that if the rays of light are the collection of rays of light traveling parallel to each other, then such a rays of light we consider as parallel beam of light. And next one, convergent beam of light. Convergent beam of light. If the rays of light coming from the collection of rays of light coming from different directions and they all meet at one point, then such a beam of light we consider as convergent beam of light. And if the rays of light coming from a point and travel in different possible directions, like sun is one of the very good example for this type of a source of light, we call it as divergent beam of light. Divergent beam of light. Divergent beam of light means the light rays, the originating are starting from a point and which travel in different possible directions, then such a beam of light we consider as divergent beam of light. And these are some of the important terms which we use in this light chapter. And next we enter into our actual topic, light and the properties of light now. The light has several properties, out of which one of the important properties we discuss here is, first one is rectilinear propagation of light, which is indirectly we consider as straight line motion of light. And number 2 is reflection. Number 3, refraction. Number 4, diffraction. Number 5, interference. And number 6, polarization. These are the properties of light: rectilinear propagation of light, reflection of light, refraction of light, diffraction, interference and polarization. And along with this, light will also exhibit several other phenomena like Stark effect, Compton effect, like that, and which you come across in the higher education. And now whenever light coming from a source like sun or anything, it travel in all possible directions. And when it is traveling, in front of it, if any surface or any object, obstacle is there, if any obstacle like a wall or any surface if there, what light will do? That is the important point. And whenever light is coming from a source and it is traveling, in front of its path, if any obstacle is there, like a wall or surface, anything, it undergo 3 situations here now. It follow 3 situations. Number 1, And here, for example, to understand this, whenever you focus a torch onto the roof, or on a table or on your floor, like this, in a dark room if you do, what do you get now? Here, when you focus the torch onto the roof, we used to see first of all a bright spot. In the center, we used to see a bright spot, surroundingly somewhat less bright spot, and then we get illumination in the room now, which means we can see the objects what are in your surroundings. So, three possibilities you have. And number one, a bright spot we used to see, and surroundingly somewhat less bright spot, and illumination in the room. These three are due to three different phenomena exhibited by the light. Number one, and first situation is here, when light is traveling in front of its path, if it meet an obstacle like wall or any surface, incident on any surface, number one, it return back. Light is falling on the surface and it will return back. And in which medium, for example, it is traveling through air, into the air medium only it return back. That is what we call reflection. Like wall, if you consider, it will be returning back like this, returning. And number two, it may be transmitted. Some part of light will return, some other part will be transmitted into the other medium behind this surface. That is what we call refraction. And number three, and this surface will absorb the light. Some portion of light is also undergoes absorption. So, three possibilities will take place. Number one, some portion of light is returned back into the same medium. That is what we call reflection. That is our one of the property. Number two, some portion of light will be transmitted into the second medium, which we consider as refraction, another property of light. And some other portion of light is absorbed by the surface itself, which is what we call absorption. As we have discussed previously, one example, whenever we focus a torch light onto the roof or floor, we used to see one bright spot. I said to you that bright spot is due to the absorption of light. And number two, we used to see here illumination in the room, means we can see the objects but not clearly, of course. We can enable to say what is in the dark room. So, that is due to the reflection of light falling on the objects and which reaches you and makes you the objects visible, and that is due to the reflection property. And next, refraction. If the surface is transparent, it will be transmitted into the second medium. If it is not transparent, if it is opaque, and absorption will be taking place. So, these are the three possibilities whenever light traveling in front of its path, if it incident on any obstacle like wall or any surface, three possibilities or three situations possible. So, first of all, let us take one of the important property of light, reflection. So, for you, actual topic is given to you in light is reflection of light, at curved surfaces. What is reflection of light and at curved surfaces? In order to understand, let us see what is reflection first, then we enter into our topic directly. And first property of light is what I told you, rectilinear propagation of light. So, which means, what is mean by rectilinear propagation of light? From the source of light, light always travels in straight line, like this, linearly. So, such a straight line motion of light is generally called it as rectilinear propagation of light or straight line motion of light, we say, and we use the word actually rectilinear propagation of light. The straight line motion of light is generally called as rectilinear propagation of light. But why does light travel in straight line? Why can't it travel in curved lines like this? This is explained by one of the French mathematician come lawyer, Fermat. Hence it is called Fermat's principle. So the straight line motion of light we can explain by using Fermat principle. What is Fermat principle states that. For example, let us take, to understand this Fermat principle, you are going from your home to school. Home to school. This is your home. This is your school. To go to home to school, you have various paths like this. But the condition to reach your school is the shortest time taking, less time taking path you have to select. And which path will be the least time taking path among these different paths is the straight line path is the least time taking path. Least time taking path. So actually light always prefers to travel in least time taking path. Least time taking path. That is why light always travels in straight line. So this least time taking path is proposed by Fermat, a French mathematician come lawyer. Hence it is called as Fermat principle. This Fermat principle states what? The Fermat principle states that light always prefers to travel in least time taking path. And according to this Fermat principle, we can say that light always travels in straight line. And next important property of light we go for is reflection.